Here's a quick lesson for all the non-technical people out there about how software development really works and why it's not just coding. So it's about a 9 or 10 step process to do software properly. This is why it's so prone to error and so easy to get things wrong. So first you need to gather the business requirements, which is basically like asking a bunch of questions to scope it out. Once you have that and you have a clear understanding, which by the way, that's the hardest part of the whole process of what needs to be built, then you need to create specifications, kind of like a blueprint, if you will. Once that's done, and that can take the form of use cases, it could take the form of screenflow, it could take the form of UI, user experience, and so on. So those are all different aspects and all different skill sets also to do each of those things. Then you need kind of a technical translator. That might be a CTO, if you will, who could take the business understanding side of things and convert it into a technical side, because there's a lot lost in translation like broken telephone there. Once you do that, you need to design, you need to actually kind of come up with the programming logic, the back end, the database architecture, and you need to build the front end. There's a lot involved in those, and those are two different skill sets also. Once you've actually built it out there, both the back end and the front end, you then need to test it. That's a completely different skill. Most developers have not developed that skill because it's completely different than software, than coding. Coding is more about problem solving, if you will, and testing is more about finding problems in a systematic way. And then of course you need project management, and then you actually need user acceptance testing to roll it out and get feedback from people and so on. So there's about 8 or 9 steps there, which is why it's so hard to get software right. And anyone who thinks it's just coding or hiring a developer usually ends up with a lot of very bad surprises along the way that are time consuming and expensive. Hope you found that helpful.